a lot of you are on Facebook, right? Okay, well, I have a friend on Facebook, and her name is Cindy, and she is a teacher, and she teaches special needs children. And I was reading one of her posts this week, and it brought back a memory of a conversation that she and I had several months ago. It was actually back in February. She had posted this week that she's taking her students to Luby's, and they were going to go and have lunch. And she was just warning the community, basically, that they were bringing 80 special needs students, and they were going to be just going to the Luby's. So if you're planning on going to Luby's today, you might want to reschedule. So, but it brought to mind a conversation that we had back in February. We were talking about her students, which any teacher who's worth their salt, that's what they're going to be talking about all the time, right, Mary Bennett? Always talking about your students. Kimberly knows too. She talks about them. Anyway, she's always talking about her students, and when she does, she just has such love in her voice for these kids. And she was sharing a situation with one of her students and how he was struggling to perform a certain task. And that was very difficult for this student to do whatever it was that she had put before him. And about mid-conversation, she could just see the look on my face. And she said, "What's the matter?" I said, "Cindy," I said, "how can you just sit there and watch him struggle like that? How can you watch him go through that and work so hard and not step in and help him?" And she looked at me and she said, "The problem is," I'm going to cry just thinking about it. She said, "You look at him with pity." She said, "And I look at him with compassion." And the difference in that is that my pity just wants to help the situation and not make it better. Her compassion for her student caused her to see the struggle, to let him go through it, to stand by his side, to guide him, to cheer for him, and to watch him grow. She told me, she said, "I know these kids have to live in this world long after they're in my class. And if I do everything for them, they will not be ready. They will not be prepared." And it really just struck me that, isn't that what God does for us? He sees us struggle. He sees us daily walk through situations that are difficult, broken hearts, illnesses, problems with our children. And he watches us struggle through it. But he knows that he has to, that he can't just step in and fix it, even though he has all the love, all the power, and all the authority to do so. Just like my friend Cindy. She could step in at any moment and fix that for those kids and just do it for them. But how would that help that child grow? And how will it help us as Christians to grow if God steps in and saves us from everything that we go through? But just like Cindy stands beside her student, cheers for them, guides them, and teaches them, that's exactly what God does for us in our lives.